82 feet.
Are we early or?
No, you're good.
Perfect. Should I grab Chris too?
It's up to you.
No, Gary will send them the report.
Yeah, this report,
perfect.
the video will be in this report and everything, the link.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
Is there anything of concern where you want me to grab Chris? Or?
No.
No, okay.
Well, not yet. I had to have water on to get
Okay.
me all the way out because I couldn't get the camera all the way out. You do have a lot of tree root in.
A lot of tree
Just outside the foundation wall, there's a tree root ball that's as big as the pipe, and I could hardly get my camera past it, but I did.
Just outside of which part?
Right outside the front foundation wall.
front foundation.
Mhm.
Well, actually, so working backwards from that other clean out, you think?
What's that?
Because that's right around where that other clean out
On
is.
the
right?
house side of the.
Yeah, yeah, it's on this side.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see here. I gotta make a note here real quick. So 10 feet.
Is that something that like an expansion cutter snaking could take care of?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a clay pipe.
Yes. The cast iron underneath the foundation is in moderate to heavily scaled condition. And I'll show you that when we go back too, but it's pretty rough.
Okay.
So you have to see that. It's just something you want to keep an eye on, you know. Whenever I see a cast iron or a crock or clay pipe like that, I'll recommend that you have a camera inspection like every 2 or 3 years, you know, look at it, make sure that, you know, stay ahead of your basement being backed up with water. That's what it comes down to.
Mhm. Is this something that you would recommend getting fixed or just continuing to monitor?
Yeah, I would monitor it. Because it's going to cost you some money to dig through this concrete floor all the way to the front foundation wall.
So you can't put in a liner or feed something inside of it or
Uh,
anything, dig it up.
You could probably, with cast iron, you can probably use the
The liner.
epoxy spray liner in something like this. Something that you want to talk to, you know, a plumbing contractor about.
I think New Way does a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. They do.
New Way. They have a pretty good reputation for their work.
Mm-hmm. And it works really well. I mean, especially, you know, I mean, as long as that pipe
New
is
pipe, I'm sorry, new pipe, not New Way.
New pipe. Okay, I know that too. Yeah. But as long as that pipe has integrity to it, you know, and you got to make sure of that first. So we'll look at that real good when we come out.
Okay.
So right here, you can see on my camera that we are. Let me tilt this up a little bit more so everybody can see it. There's a couple bellies in the line that I'm kind of concerned about, but one of the
Sorry, a belly one?
yeah, belly, where your connections are here and here at my elbow, and then the pipe settles in the middle.
Oh, so you kind of have stagnant water.
You're holding water, and that's basically 99% of the time is just from not bedding the ground correctly, you know, to put the pipe in for the proper pitch.
Hmm.
So here you can see your line's going like this right here, and this is the city sewer right there. There's water going by.
Sorry, where's this? City sewer is that dark part?
Yeah, see the water down here?
Ah, okay.
That's the city sewer water going by this way. And here's your main connection to that. Just got calcium buildup around it. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape. It's not really that much offset. You'll find a lot crock pipes that you know, that you're put together like this with coupling connections, and they end up like this, right?
Mm.
So your camera goes up, hits that. So you'll see, as I'm pulling out, that you'll see some of the lips being offset like that.
Now, is that a lip that we're looking at right there? Or
No,
is that the
that's
calcium?
just calcium buildup. Yep.
And this is too, then?
Yes, it is. Quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
So we can't really see exactly how bad that is offset, but you can see this one here. See that lip on the bottom?
So how much, like, would that actually be in terms of, like, a real dimension? Like, is that like
About an
quarter of
inch.
An inch?
Well, that isn't. The whole lip would be about an inch.
Okay, so that would be more like maybe a quarter of an inch or an eighth of an inch.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. So we're not even concerned about that. We're not concerned about that small of a... And what you're really concerned about is, do you have separation between the two? Now you're feeding water into the ground, right? You can see right here that somebody has been cleaning this line out. That's snake marks there from the cutter hitting the sidewalls.
And this is one of those troughs you were talking about?
This is one of the bellies right here. But I can pull my camera back and see about half the line, so I'm really not concerned about that, especially since it's 80 feet out. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So that's
if your belly's
almost by the road.
right up to the wall here, then we got to worry about it, right? Because you got the laundry going, you got the dishwasher going, someone's taking a shower. Now you can back that up real easy, right? But at 80 feet, there's a lot of backing up to do, and you'd be running a lot of water to make that happen.
Got it.
So,
Disoriented.
so this,
The bottom on the right.
Yeah.
you know, there's quite a bit of water in here right now, and right now I can't pull my camera up to see the top, so I'm going to say that that's pretty full right there. So from 70 feet, almost 71 feet. Yep, see, now it's gone already. So you're talking 2 feet. We're not
So
going to.
basically 1 foot or one section of that pipe that's too low. like
Yeah,
you were
we're
saying.
really not concerned about. And I think a lot of that is from the tree root and debris that's in the line in front of this. So
Sorry, a lot of it's. Could you
from tree root and debris.
causing that to back up there?
Yeah. What happens is you get a bunch of tree root, like a tree root ball. Now all your waste is packing up against this tree root, and you're creating a wall, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
And then this here, is that more scale on the side of the pipe, or is that actually the offset of the pipe?
Right here in the bottom, that's the offset. This is the calcium buildup here on the side. Yep. Right here, the pipe is pretty clean.
And you mentioned earlier the snake marks on the inside of the pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you think maybe could have happened a long time ago, or does it look really recent?
It looks pretty recent. It's pretty shiny. So that's good. I mean,
That's
they're
surprising because she told us she hadn't gotten, she hadn't done any sewer work in a long time.
I know, and then she said she never had water in the basement.
okay.
That's
So
grass.
so you can see here that you got tree root coming in there.
Oh, is that tree root?
Yep.
That's a little tree.
It's a little tree in there.
So, to the tree root really quick,
Mhm.
that amount,
It's
is that
nothing.
something it's not a big deal? It's
No.
not going to get worse
No.
that much over time?
Well, you got to remember that tree root grows really fast. I mean, that tree root ball that's in this line outside the foundation wall, you can have that cut out today, and within a year or two, that can be right back. So you have to
Oh my
maintain. Grows really fast. You have to maintain the line. Just tree root there too. You'll see what I'm talking about when you see the size of this tree root ball.
There's definitely a lot more little bits of root and scale than we were. Is that all that white there is just calcium buildup?
Yeah. It's not bad though. It's not blocking anything.
Is it normally what you would see when it kind of gets worse as you get closer to the house?
No, it really doesn't get worse either way.
Okay, because it looks like there's a lot more calcium and roots getting closer to the house, which is a little.
So far, I haven't seen any cracking at all. Now somebody's done a little repair here because this is PVC piping from here.
Oh, so that's why there's so much white.
This one is this part is right here. Yeah,
So that's got to be out underneath the yard then.
it's in the front yard. Yep. So right there. So they did about a 4-foot repair.
What's known as a spot
Mm-hmm.
repair.
And then back to we're back in
When did
the
they start using PVC for sewers?
mid 70s.
70s. Okay,
Yep.
so
Look at that.
See that tree right there? Look at that.
oh my gosh.
So this is blocking about half of your flow, 3/4 of your flow. And what it
And
does,
have we passed the clean out spot yet?
yes, I think we have. Here, let's see. We'll make sure as we're coming out. I don't think that was the tree root ball I was talking about, but maybe it is.
Could you go a little bit slower for one second? I just want to try to write down that PVC sewer repair in the front.
Sure. Yeah, any kind of repair is good. It's just, probably somebody that wasn't intending on staying in the house, so they just repaired what they had to repair.
Well, there had been a big tree out there apparently
Mhm.
that was taken out. at
And the
some
tree
point.
root grows for like 5 years after the tree's gone. So
You're kidding.
no. So look at that tree right there.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit more on the side there.
So if there's a tree root growing in like that, does that mean that there's a hole the size of
No,
that tree root?
no.
somewhere?
It just means that in your coupling connections, that's where you get deterioration. That's where the tree root finds its water source.
And it only needs a little spot.
It only needs a little. As you could see from that one that I showed you, it didn't move the pipe hardly anything, you know? So,
Oh, so I thought there was a hole in the pipe and that's how
No.
it gotten in. So it's just basically choked in and on the other side exploded.
right. So here's your cast iron, and you can see that it's, right here is pretty heavily scaled. I think it gets a little worse as I'm pulling out.
And this scaling is essentially just what, like lime and calcium buildup?
No, scaling is cast iron. When other pipe, crock pipe or whatever deteriorates, it just deteriorates. When cast iron deteriorates, it scales. It's like pieces coming off. It's like a snake scaling. It's
Okay.
so it scales, and that's how it gets thin, and that's how it gets holes in it and everything like that. So here is, see, as you can see the sides here, it's a little more concerning.
Any way to tell if it's getting thin or not, or just?
The only way you can tell is pock marks kind of thing, and looking at the, finding where there's holes, but it's really hard to find. So we just look at the pipe as a whole.
And then there's a lot of like dots that look like they're moving around, almost
Up
like
here?
spray.
Yeah, that's just the camera is HD. You can't see that with your eye, but the camera picks it up.
Is it basically just spray then, or
It's mist in the air, yeah, that you wouldn't see with your eye, but the camera can see all that mist.
Is that normal, or
Oh,
is there
yeah.
something causing?
Oh no,
Oh, okay.
no, not at all. It's just the camera's really,
really good? I guess. Yeah, it
Yeah,
makes
it's
sense
really
why you
good.
don't want to lose it in the city line.
yeah. So here you can see it. It's even getting a little worse here. This on the bottom here, and it makes it really hard for me to see exactly what the bottom looks like when you got all this scale laying on the bottom. But here is a little bit better.
So that's a lot of scale that's falling off from the top and sides, or up
Exactly.
the pipe and washed down. there.
Exactly, yep. So, you just want to keep an eye on this. Doesn't mean that it's not going to last. It could last quite a while still.
But it looks like it would be good to have Roto-Rooter or somebody come in and just get rid of the tree root.
Yeah, what you want to do is you want to go through the other clean out to do that. So you try not to go through the other clean out and have them kind of hand feed this in through the cast. And I'm going to put this in my report too.
Are you
Because
talking
I
about
don't
the
want
one
nobody...
outside or the one over by the bed?
What's that?
The one outside or the one over by the bed?
The one outside.
Then but they'd have to come back toward the house.
Well, they can, but there's probably really no reason to do that.
I thought you said the
Okay,
tree
so
root
the-
was on this side of the.
No, I'm sorry. Did I? No, I meant that side.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I
So
think
that's
he was saying the worse scale on the cast iron
Yeah,
is under
yeah.
the floor. But
Right.
the tree
Oh, I
root
understand.
does.
Right.
Am I okay to start running water?
Yes, you can. Sure. Go right ahead. Thanks.
Yeah, wash out all the scale.
Yeah. So the reason I say that about the cast iron is because we don't want a cutter going through this scaled pipe, right?
Right.
Yeah, you could
Because
rip
you
right
could
through it.
Just scale it.
Yep. Well, you could rip right through it. That's what you could do. So it's really no different than any other inspection I do with old pipe. I put a year on it for you to look at it.